Alright guys, so we're all caught up now. At least, you know, on the age. We're age 27 now, so we're all caught up. So that's pretty much how my life went, as far as that part goes growing up. And it's from the past ages to kind of the present. So reason why I do that is because not everybody lives the same life you live. And in order to see how that person comes to have the personality they have and have the views they have is they're getting a glimpse of their past, traumas, hurts, and happiness, pains, and all that type of stuff. um, and it basically kind of breeds you to be who you are and stuff. All right, so we're going to talk about this heaven visit I had, which I wrote down. It was a dream. It wasn't a lucid dream or nothing like that. It was just a regular dream about me, seeing heaven and stuff. And at this time, I was actually still in the church, and I thought that everybody at the church, had a heaven dream, and they've had hundreds of them because, they said they've been into going to church and being with God, 25 years experience, and they got 40 years. Pastor's supposed to have 40 years experience, 45 experience, or something like that. And the person, does the what you call it, the Sunday school. That person supposedly have uh, 30 years experience or something like that, right? So I'm thinking that these people are really, they have loads of stuff to say and tell, and there's loads of experiences to share, and during this men's meeting, that's what I was hoping to bring out. And they looked really, they seemed like jealous of me over having a heaven visit. I'm like, I'm just starting out. I've only been going here for 2 years. How are you guys upset about it? And then one of the uh, brothers there, who I admired, you know, for his growth with God and stuff he talked about. He just told me, threw me off. I was expecting for them to be happy about me having a heaven visit dream, and telling them about it. And what ended up happening was that they was like, oh, well, God says that a person who hasn't even had any of those experiences, he looks at better than the person who's had those experiences. So you can't count those experiences as something that was given to you by God and things like that. I was like, what? That pretty much had me messed up because I thought we was in this stuff together. I thought we was growing together. We supposed to be brothers in Christ and stuff. We supposed to be, this man's being supposed to share stuff and be happy for one another about our growth, but that's not how it went. Anyway, sorry it took like 3 minutes and 30 seconds to get to this part, but here's the dream. I wrote it down. So 8/7/2016 had this. It said, I had a dream where I was helping people on top of a bridge that split in half. First two times, I thought I seen a ghost when it was shining and moving towards me. Uh, the third time, I climbed to the top and seen a female angel with a body like Julia Vines or Vins. She's a Russian girl powerlifter. She had wings the size of a semi truck with a cargo. One of those semi trucks with cargoes had wings like that. It's really big. Um, she had an instrument that was long tube like staff, but had a horn at the top. Uh, she had a circle golden buckle in the middle of her body, under like the breast area. She was very bright white blue light and asked me if I was ready. If I was ready this time. She had a hand out. And I said yes. So when I said yes, I grabbed her hand. So then, and my soul came out of my body. It was like noodles being left behind when water goes through a strainer. We went up in the sky, and a portal opened up in the sky directly into heaven. We went through the crystal clear waters of heaven, and she sat me on top of the water and said, look around. So I seen gold buildings, gold houses, gold markets, but they looked like houses. You know, like how we got markets, market buildings. You know, you go in, you buy food, yeah, but they look like houses. Uh, all extinct animals was there, and then the place. So then the place went black, and I seen a TV with Walt Disney Castle, and she said spirits jump in and out of the TV, and she said, so okay, she told me to go in there. So when I went in there, the world was like upside down. So I jumped in the TV, and instead of falling down like gravity was up. So I went in the TV and I went up instead of down like in the 3D. And she told me, uh, she said, okay, yeah. So the gravity was upside down in there. So then she sent me back to my body after that. And at first it looked like I was returning. At first it looked like I was turning back to the bridge. But when I actually got back in my body, I was in the grass with my family and my fiance's family. And it was looking over me, explaining that I died. Okay, so the sun, and this is some descriptions. So the sun in heaven shines with a totally new bright color, and the colors bounce off of every object in heaven with rays of light is not seen on this earth. The rays sparkle and illuminate the things it touches. Even the sun rays had golden. It had a golden hue. So the angel also told me about the firmament from the earth and heaven and separating from the water, and that some water that falls on earth is allowed through the firmament by God. By God, by God, yeah. So then she said, "Ever had water that rained from the sky that you couldn't resist? Uh, put your tongue out and taste it." She says, "Where do you think that type of water comes from to have that effect on people?" And then says, apparently, to get to heaven, no matter what you do, you must leave your flesh behind. So you can't like really take it with you. You gotta, you leave your flesh behind. The more you leave your flesh behind, the easier it will be to get to heaven when we come for you. Now, during this time, I was, and like I said, I was in the church, the rapture, and all that stuff. I was believing and all this stuff. I was having those dreams, right? So this is what she was saying. And at this time, I was actually exercising, and I was wanting to cut weight. I was trying to cut weight so I can. I always like to be able to hold myself to a healthy standard of where I can always see my abs. So I was fasting. I was doing the eat from 10 o'clock and stop eating after 6 o'clock. So I would eat from 10 o'clock to 6 o'clock, and I wouldn't eat again until 10 a.m. And I would do it all over again. I did this for 2 weeks straight. It only takes 2 weeks when you do the intermittent fasting. I mean, it works so good and so fast. Like, it's great. So when I was fasting like that, that's what she was explaining, because I was denying my body stuff. Like, I was denying my body food. And it's weird how you deny your body something, and somehow your spirit starts talking, or your soul starts talking, and it like starts becoming active to the point where angels will notice, and they'll come to you in dreams from the other side. But that was just something that was crazy. But anyway, there's that for y'all. Um, so I had another dream. This one felt real. I may have even. This was like, I don't know if I was lucid dreaming or something, but I could like feel it. I could feel stuff coming out of my chest. Like with this dream, I could feel actually physical stuff. So this is what happened. So there was an angel that was in my room, like at the foot of my bed, and it came in and it had red huge wings like a red hawk. Okay, and it had a helmet, and it had a sword. And it was weird because it like took the sword and pointed at my chest, right? And this, I don't know what happened, but it's like a shock, some type of beam, or so I don't know, some type of energy shot out of the sword from the angel, right? And three demons shot up out of me. They looked like demonic entities. Three of them shot up out of me, right? And I literally saw them mugs. When they shot out of my body and then landed next to my bed and then ran through my bedroom door and ran out into my front room. Like they was gone. It ran. It was so fast. And so one of them kept coming back though. It just every time he would cast it out, it would keep coming back. And it was now that my intuition of what I felt, the how can I say, like the state of what it felt and the way it felt, I could feel it. And I could feel that it was claiming me, like it was like it owned me, but it was more like it wasn't like it owned me. It was like I was its home. That's the weird. I know it's weird to say that, but like the one demonic entity that kept coming back every time the angel shot it out, like it kept coming back in me like I was its home, like it lived there. So that one wasn't new. It was like I'm its residence or something. It's a weird feeling, but that's the vibe I got. Um, I mean that's what it told me in my head. So I woke up and my fiance was right next to me, and I was like, I woke up, I started saying, "Where'd the angel go? Where'd the angel go?" Because I was telling you, like, it felt so real. I could see it. It was clear. I could see my room. Like, I was just like, when I woke up out of bed, well, I was looking for it. I was like, where is this angel at? It had red wings. I mean, it came, because how it shot it out was that, like I said, it had the sword and it shot this energy out. But before it did that, that's what it did to get the last one out that kept coming back in my body. What it did to get the first two, I'm sorry, what it did to get it out the first three times, it got the first one, the second one, and the third one that kind of kept coming in my body. The first time, what it did was it jumped all the way through my apartment, through the roof, and then it slammed back down, sticking the sword in the ground like boom, like that. Except what it did, it shut out this like light wave, and that's what shot it out of me. That's what shot the first demon, the second demon, and the third demon out. Or demonic entity. Wherever. So, man. Or maybe even low vibrational being. I mean, I don't know. I'm not an expert on demonology. Um, I'm not even going to pretend to be like the church is, too. Like they're experts on demonology and stuff. I mean, they not. I'm not. I mean, only the people who do exorcisms, I guess, are. But and people who astral project and stuff like that, and they actually see them and know and talk with them and know about certain things. And so, yeah, they'll know. I don't. So, um, actually, that's it for that. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.